चल रहा था तो मैंने वो वाली मीटिंग एंड कर दी। हाँ पता नहीं क्यों नहीं चल रहा था। हाँ आप एक सेकंड रुको।
पूछो, वही लिंक चलाएगा।
वही लिंक चल जाएगा ना? ठीक है ठीक है।
आप एंटर करके देखो। लिख के जा रहे हैं ग्रुप में।
शेयर स्क्रीन करनी है?
अगर होती है तो कर दो, नहीं करेंगे तो स्टार्ट करो।
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
I need to check. Waiter, no patience, class 9th you have? Today is the first day for live class, first period. I need to check your IDs. So many times I've written on the group, have patience, have patience. Continuously you people are writing on the group, I care. How can I make 120 people join together without even seeing your names? Today is the first day, I need to check everybody. I hope your exams have gone well. So we are trying to start on, we'll be moving on to a new topic today, all of you. Be attentive. And today, because I was checking one by one, I am allowing all of you. From tomorrow onwards, the meeting will be logged after 5 minutes. Today, though, I am allowing everyone because we are checking your IDs. That is why. So we are going to start with something new today. Okay? Though it's a little difficult topic, but we are going to start today. That is, it's going to be reported speech. Anybody who is joined by any other name than the original name will be removed from the meeting. I am removing all the children who have not joined by the original name. Joining by the name of sect and all, you will not be allowed. As you can see on your screens, today we'll be starting with the new topic, that is reported speech. Please see on your screens, everybody. We are going to start with reported speech today. First, let me explain what is reported speech. See, there are two types of speech, beta, direct speech and reported speech. There are two types of speech, that is direct speech and reported speech. Children, ensure that nobody writes anything on the Aditya. What is going on in the class? Hmm? Galaxy 12. Children, what is wrong? The first day of your life classes, if you'll behave like this, there will be no classes for you people. Please pay attention in the class and behave yourself. Yes, Akash Kumar Verma. Akash Kumar Verma. Please read what is written on the screen and then I'll be discussing with you. Read very carefully about reported speech, whatever is written on the screen. Please read it first. I'm giving you 1 minute. All of you, please read, then I'll start discussing. Today, I have allowed some children who have joined by the name of their mobile sets, Galaxy and God knows what not. From the next class, make it very clear to all of you, I will not allow anyone to join. I'm checking your participant list one by one. By the time, I hope you have read what is written. I'll start explaining. Again, I'm telling you, if you join by the name of any sets or something, you will not be allowed. Let me make it very clear to you. And this rule will exist for all the classes. Why do you want to behave foolishly? I don't understand. Anyways, we are starting with reported speech today. There are two types of speech, direct speech and reported speech. Now understand what is direct speech and what is reported speech. If I say, Jacob said, there is a giraffe outside the window. See this sentence? If you look at these sentences, two things are very clear from this. After said, there is a comma. And whatever Jacob said, there is comma, inverted commas. Whatever the person is saying is put in inverted commas. It is put in inverted commas. So, Jacob said, there is a giraffe outside the window. This kind of a speech is called as direct speech. So, how do you identify? How do you identify? How do you identify direct speech? Please don't call me during classes, children. Some of you are calling me simultaneously during classes. You're not allowed to do so. Don't disturb the class. Jacob said there is a comma and then there are inverted commas. So whenever there is a comma and inverted commas, we are talking about reported speech. Okay. Now, if I try and change the speech, okay, if I try and change the speech, what will happen is, it's very simple. If you see, it's very simple, beta. How you have to remove the comma, inverted commas, and then your speech, your voice, that is, it will change, beta. It will change into what? If you see very carefully, it is going to change into what? It is going to change into reported speech. What does reported speech mean? It simply means that whatever somebody said, you will report the same thing to others. This is what we call as reported speech. Now see the difference between direct speech and reported speech. See the same sentence which is written over here. It's very clearly written. What is written over here very clearly? Jacob said. Now see the commas have disappeared. There is no comma. You can see very clearly that there is no comma over here. And then this comma, inverted commas is also, the inverted commas are also removed. The inverted commas are also removed. And in place of comma, inverted comma, I have used the word that. Which word is there? We have used the word that. Clear, everyone? We have used the word that. This is how we identify the difference between what? The difference between direct speech and reported. Again, look at these two sentences. It will be easier for you to understand. Jacob said, comma, inverted commas, there is a giraffe outside the window. Now, what you need to do is, you need to simply remove the comma and inverted commas. Remember the first rule, everybody. Remember the first very clearly, that you remove the comma and inverted commas. And then what you simply need to do, beta, is use the word that. What will you use? You will use the word that. It is very simple. I hope the first rule is clear to everybody. Now look here, all of you. I am going down. Please see this, all of you. This was the first sentence where we had comma, inverted commas. Now this comma, inverted comma is removed, and in place of comma, inverted comma, we have got that. Let's move on to rules for changing the direct speech into reported speech. There are certain rules you need to follow when you're changing direct speech to reported speech. Look at the first one, beta. The change in pronouns. Pronouns have to be changed. When a direct speech is changed into reported speech, the first and the second person changes to third person. Before you understand this rule, understand what is first person, second person, and third person. Okay? Understand this. See the first one. First person is I and we. Always remember in grammar, whenever I say first person, I mean I and we. Second person is you, and all the others are third person. So I and we is the first person. You is the second person. He, she, it, they are all third person. So if you know the difference between first, second, and third person, you will be able to change. Let us discuss this also. Look at this sentence. Jyoti said, I am reading. Now look at the reported speech the other side. Remove the comma inverted commas, and in place of comma inverted commas, what will come is that. What comes is that, beta. Okay. Now what you need to do next? What you need to do next is very simple again. You remove the comma inverted commas, and then what you simply need to do is that is changed. Comma inverted commas, in place of comma inverted commas, you make it that. And look at this I. I becomes what? I becomes she. Why does I become she, children? Tell me very simple. Why does I become she? Because it is Jyoti who is speaking. Again, I'm reminding you, today is the first class. That's why I am allowing you people to enter so late also. Because I was checking your ID, so one by one you are allowed. So I'm allowing you. From next time, you will not be allowed to enter in the class like this anytime that you feel like. There is somebody who's trying to join with the name of Redmi and Mukesh Agarwal. I will not allow. In the class list of class 9th, there is no Redmi, there is no Mukesh Agarwal. So I am not allowing these students to enter the meeting. And I'm making it very clear, I will not allow next time also. Please join by your own names if you want to join, otherwise don't join. This sentence, Jyoti said, I am reading, is changed now. How is it changed? The first rule remains the same, which I told you. That is, comma inverted commas are removed and that is put in place. The second rule is I becomes she. Understand this, children? Had it been in place of Jyoti, if it would have been John or Jacob, then what would happen? Then I would become he. For example, if the sentence is, Jacob said, I am reading. Now, Jacob is a male. So when you will change, how will it change? It will become, Jacob said that he was reading. He was reading. It's very easy now. You only need to say, if the person who's speaking is a female, then use she. And if the person who's speaking is a male, then you use he. So 2 rules I have done with you. I hope both the rules are clear to everybody. The first rule was very simple. The first rule said what? If you see, the first rule says something very simple, and it is that you remove your comma and inverted commas. This comma inverted commas will be removed, and in place of comma inverted commas, what will be written is that will be written. I hope it's okay for everybody. Now, come to the second rule. Second rule is change in pronouns. Change in pronouns says Jyoti said, I am reading. So because it is Jyoti, so I becomes what? I becomes she. And had it been a male, then I would have become he. Now, after we do these 2 rules are same for all the tenses, all conditions. However, there are some changes which need to be done in tenses also, beta. We need to do some changes in tenses also. But before I tell you the changes in tenses, let me very quickly, again and again, I'm doing these rules with you so that they're clear to you. Very quickly, let me revise the other terms also that I have done with you. What are the other terms which I have done with you, beta? Very simple it is. The first thing which I did with you was that comma inverted commas are removed and that is put in the place. The second change which we did was that the pronouns are changed according to the person who is speaking. If a male is speaking, I becomes he. If a female is speaking, then I become she. Now we are going to move on to tenses. The simple present becomes simple past. Simple present becomes simple past. Okay, beta? Very clearly, let's revise it again. The simple present becomes simple past. Look at this sentence. The lady said, I like baking cake. Now, this word that, look at this word that over here. Okay, this shows that your sentence is in simple past. If it is written said, it means that your sentence is in simple past. So, if your sentence is in simple past, it will remain in simple past only, simple present, it will change into simple past and the comma inverted commas will be removed. Look at this sentence. The lady said, I like baking cakes. Look at this verb like. This is direct. This is what? This is direct speech present tense, simple present. The word like is actually simple present. I told you simple present has to be changed to simple past. So when I change the simple present to simple past, my like will become liked. My like will become liked. So the sentence becomes, the lady said that. Why have I used that? Because comma, inverted commas will be removed. So in place of that, I will use that. The lady said that she liked baking cakes. When it comes to change of tenses, it is very clear that you will simply change the simple present to simple past. How did I change the simple present to simple past? If you see, it was written like. In place of like, I make it liked. So I have done 3 rules with you, one by one. I'm again revising the 3 rules with you. The first rule was, whenever you remove comma, inverted commas, in place of that, you just use one word, and that is that. Second rule, I told you, change your pronouns. If the person who is speaking is a male, then I becomes he. And if the person who is speaking is a female, then your I will become she. This is the second rule. Now we are moving on to change in tenses. When we talk about change in tenses, it is easier. The simple present will become simple past. Simple present becomes simple past. How simple present is going to become simple past? I gave you a sentence, I like baking cakes. Now like is what? Like is simple present. So when I change simple present to simple past, it will become liked. So your like is going to become liked. Let's move on to the change of the second sentence now. Your present continuous will become past continuous. How to identify present continuous? Is, am, are plus ing. If in a sentence you have is, am, are plus ing, then your sentence is in present continuous. How will you change it into past continuous then? In past continuous, is becomes was. Is and am becomes was, and are becomes were. Are becomes what? Are becomes were. So simply what you need to do is, when you are changing present continuous to past continuous, you do these changes. What are the changes we are going to do, children? Very simple. We are going to change the present continuous, that is plus ing, am plus ing, are plus ing, into was or were. Look at the second sentence now. Ritu said, my uncle is boarding the train now. If you read the sentence very carefully, is plus ing is there in the sentence. Is boarding. So is plus ing means it's a present continuous tense. Your present continuous tense should be changed to past continuous tense. So is will change into what? Is will change into was. So the sentence was, Ritu said, comma, inverted commas, my uncle is boarding the train now. What does the sentence become? Ritu said that her uncle was boarding the train. Look at another change which is done. Now becomes then. This word now, it becomes what? It becomes then. 1 minute, everybody, just see the 2 changes that I have done. So we have done 2, rather I'll tell you, we have done 4 rules till now. Let me explain the 4 rules to you again. All of you, once first 4 rules, I'm showing you on the screen, you will see once, and then again I'll explain all the 4 rules to you again. For those who have joined late, I'm again starting. I have done 4 rules. Those who have joined late, those who have doubts, I hope if you listen carefully, they will be sorted out now. Listen very carefully. I'm again starting with the first thing only. The first thing which I did with you, I'm going to start again. So my first rule says, it is very easy. Whenever you see a comma, inverted commas, that means you're talking about reported speech. Sorry, direct speech. You want to change your direct speech to reported speech. The first thing that you need to do is remove your comma and inverted commas. If you see the sentence on the screen which says, Jacob said there is a giraffe outside the window, the first thing that you will do is you will remove the comma and inverted commas and put a that. Today we will do only 4 rules. The first rule I am revising with you again. The first rule says remove your comma inverted commas and in place of comma inverted comma use that. Let's move on to the second rule now. The second rule says be careful about your change in pronouns. How will we be careful about change in pronouns, children? If the person who's speaking is a male, Jacob, John, Rahul, Ram, then I will become he. I will become he. But if the person who is speaking, is a female, then I will become she. This is the simple second rule. Let's come to the third rule now. What does the third rule say? The third rule is very simple. It tells you about the change of tenses. In tenses, the first one that I have done with you is the simple present will become simple past. How will you identify that this is a simple present sentence? If you see this verb like, it very clearly tells you that this sentence is in simple present. So simple present needs to be changed into simple past. So like will become liked. Everybody make it clear. Like will become what? Like will become liked. This way, the lady said, I liked baking cakes. Means you have converted your simple present into simple past. The fourth and the last rule which I have done today with you is change your present continuous into past continuous. How will you change your present continuous to past continuous? How will you identify that your sentence is in present continuous? If you have is, am, are plus ing, then your sentence is in present continuous. So is, am, are actually becomes what? Is, am, are becomes was and were. Is, am, are will become was and were. So it will simply happen what? Simply what will happen is ki is, am, are will become was, were and ing. Is it okay for all of you? It will simply become was, were, ing. So simple present becomes simple present continuous becomes past continuous. Very quickly, I'm revising the rules again with you. I'm revising the first rule with you. It is that remove the comma inverted commas. Okay. 42 को छोड़नी है. So very quickly, I will not proceed further. We don't have much time. Another 2-3 minutes left for the class to get over. So again, a revision of the first 4 rules. I'm giving you 1 minute. Please read all the rules. Quickly, I'll take up a review of the 4 rules again with you. Okay, very quickly, since we are getting over with the time, we just have 3-4 minutes more. I'm revising all the 4 rules again with you, children. I'm revising all the 4 rules again with you. The first rule is very simple. It simply says what? It simply says that remove your comma and inverted commas. Only 4 things I have taught today. You don't need to panic in this. It's so easy. The first rule simply says remove your comma inverted commas and use that. The second rule says that Whenever you're changing your direct speech to reported speech, you have to change pronouns. How will you change pronouns? If the person who's speaking is a female, then I becomes she. And the person who's speaking is a male, then I will become he. The third rule says your simple present will change into what? It will change into simple past. Like the lady said, I like baking cakes. What will it change into? It will become the lady said that she liked baking cakes. So what have we understood by these examples? That simple present becomes simple past. The last rule that we did today, the fourth rule for changing direct speech into reported speeches, that present continuous changes into past continuous. The question arises, how will you identify present continuous? Is, am, are plus ing is present continuous. She is playing, I am playing, he is playing, they are playing. These are all present continuous. So if you see all these sentences which are in present continuous, they have is, am, are plus ing. The verb will always have an ing. Now very simple, if you need to change your present continuous to past continuous, change is to was. He is playing will become he was playing. I am playing will become I was playing. They are playing will become they were playing. Rahul is playing will become Rahul was playing. John is playing, John was playing. We are playing. This will become we were playing. So what are we doing in this beta? Your is, am, are is changing into was and were. So whenever you do these changes, your present continuous actually changes into past continuous. So present continuous will change into past continuous. So these are the 4 rules we have done today. Keep revising these 4 rules. And as a rule, please understand on Friday, I will not allow anybody after 5 minutes. Today it took time because I wanted to check your names. I did not allow anyone who tried to join with any other names. There were some people with different IDs. I did not allow them. Redmi and Galaxies and all will not be allowed in the meetings. Number 1. Number 2, you will join after 5 minutes. The meeting will be blocked. Only today I allowed you because I was checking your names one by one. I have made your IDs in my computer today. So automatically only those children will be allowed to enter whose IDs have been traced out. So next time, please be careful about all these things. We again have a class on Friday. Till then, you please keep revising. It's a class, it's not a joke. 2 minutes are left for the meeting to get over, and still these children are in the waiting room trying to join. Anyways, keep revising. God bless you all. Please leave the meeting. पता नहीं अजीब पापा पापा जाने कौन है I don't know. मैं इस पे ना लिंक डालूंगा लिंक डाल दूं